Sure, there you go.
Yep.
What did you think this morning?
He just watching him come out of the barn and looking at his weight. He just looks like he still looks like a picture of health. It's amazing that what he's been through. He looks like he's starting to get better now, and it just shows you just the way his what he's made of. And I could tell that last 60 days he's grown and starting to fill out. So I was really happy to see that he's still happy. He enjoyed going to the track today, and when he came off the track, looked like he's just an incredible animal that just, I guess you have to be incredible to do what he accomplished. So I still can't believe that this sign is on this wall, which I was thinking I'll never be able to accomplish that. It's just too difficult. I brought too many nice horses here, and we couldn't close the deal, but it took something really special, like American Pharoah. I always thought there was no excuses with him. He just, if they're great, they can do it, like we always thought in the past, and he earned it. And the way he did it, I think he did it the right way. He did it with authority, and so, and everybody that I've talked to, I think people felt different about this horse. Is that I think it's time. It's got to be done, and I felt that way too. Just going in, Jimmy Barnes and I, we just felt if we're ever going to do it, this is a horse, and we've never gone to the Belmont really feeling it. That's why we were all we were nervous, but it was a good nervous. We just knew, just keep him happy, and the way he traveled over the Belmont, the way he was breezing here, he doesn't have to take his track with him. He can get left in the gate, he can do it, it just doesn't matter. He can overcome any obstacle you throw at him. And so, and to me, I've learned that, the definition, I've always thought, well, this horse is a great horse. We use the term loosely, but I think that you don't know if you have a great horse until the whole world thinks he's a great horse. And yesterday when I got off the plane, I saw there where he was voted the #1 horse in the world, which I've never had that. I mean, that was, when I told that to Bodie, he says, I told you need to take him to the Melbourne Cup. So, that's what Bodie told me to do. Well, we've done it all, Bodie. What next? He goes, you need to win the Melbourne Cup. I heard that's a huge race. So Bodie's always thinking ahead, but it's just, it's really, I didn't realize it was going to be this big. I thought, you win the Derby, and usually about 72 hours, everybody's talking about it. But this thing here, and the people I'm hearing from, like when I went to college, it was almost like when I won my first Derby, just telling me, you don't know how excited we were. They really weren't, they didn't really say how, before when I won the Derby, they were happy for me. They were just so happy to see history in horse racing. That's what they were happy about, to see a horse like that. And, so it was pretty, they were really excited about it. He says, God, it made us feel so good, and watching them. And the other night I went on YouTube, and everybody's got their reactions like they do there. It's really cool to see stuff like that, worried about them, the whole, and I was telling Jill, I said, well, Jill was she gets really nervous. She was a nervous wreck. She was so worried before the race, and so I was telling her afterwards, well, what did you think? I said, when we went the first turn, I thought, wow, this is really, it looked to me, it looked like, I said to myself, like, I think it's over. When he got the lead and he was out there with his ears forward, having a good time, and then when I saw the 3/4 time, I said, and she said, well, why didn't, I told you, she asked me, how's it look? It looks good, it looks good. So, well, why didn't you tell me that we were looking really, really good? Well, I didn't want to jinx him and tell you, like, hey, it's a long way to go. she says, "Oh, I wish you would have told me because I was just a nervous wreck. You know, it made it easier for me." But when he turned for home, that was probably the best feeling, is watching Victor sitting on him with so much. I mean, he's gone 1.25 miles and he's still breathing, that was incredible. And I'm thinking, wow, look at this horse. And I see Frosted coming out, like trying to make a run at him, and then Victor is just still hasn't asked him. And it was almost like Frank Muramati's call in Arkansas Derby. Like, Victor hasn't asked him the question, but we all know what the answer is. And then when he turned him loose, it was like, oh, I just sat back and just took in the crowd noise. Jill didn't even hear the crowd noise because she was just so emotional about him, because, you know, it's a different feel. Any horse that I brought in here, it was, that horse has gotten such a, he's a baby and a beast at the same time. And so when you have a horse that's that sweet and kind, like, you know, a lot of you have seen that he's a baby, you know. So but yet when he gets in the track, he wants to dominate. So it was just for the horses, you know. I was just so happy for him, and you could tell he was just loving it. And even when he passed the wire, he was just still so full of horse. And that, you know, Victor, you know, I told him before the race when I saddled him, I said, you know, I think he's really, really good. I could just tell. I can tell when I saddle him that they have the. He wanted to get it on, and.